Hello, welcome Epic Youth.
Woo, term 3.
See you all, term 3. How are you, James? Are you excited?
I am excited. Mel, how are you? You ready for it?
I'm excited to be back for you. Unfortunately, it's not the way we wanted to be back, but that is okay. We are still back, which is it's an amazing opportunity for us still.
Yeah, that's right. Clearly, this is not what we imagined for term 3. We didn't think that we would be sitting at various locations on laptops talking. We were hoping that we would be all back and at some degree, at least maybe in life groups, being able to watch together online, but that's not the case. However, we make the best of every situation, don't we?
That's right, and we'll be better back. We'll be better when we come back and even stronger. How about that, eh?
That's right. So what are we doing with this space? What are we doing with this moment here as we get ready for the night?
We want to invite as many people as we can to come join us on this Zoom chat. So if you want to join us, feel free to join us. You guys can, I think the link is in our YouTube or Instagram, one of them, and you can join us, jump on, interact with us. We want to chat to people. We want to see how people are going. We want to have some fun with them.
Jump on.
The funniest joke, whatever it is, we want to be a part
banter.
of it.
Yeah,
you can be on the live stream. That's how interactive tonight is going to be.
Oh, there you go. Look, you've already got one fan up there, Melford. You legend.
Oh,
look at that.
Thank you.
Someone's already like, Mel's on.
Ash,
hey,
Ash. Calling you out. You're a legend, James. Chris Young saying I look fresh. Alex,
you always look fresh.
Who's not a Brisbane anymore, but hey, welcome to you as well.
Man, you just fresh finished up eating a HSP. So
I did.
If you're out there trying to figure out what you're going to eat for Friday night, Melford would suggest that.
HSP, it's my first one this year. I haven't had one since last year, and it was probably the best thing I've had in the last 2 months, just because of how tasty it was and how much I really, really wanted one. Hey, Christian, welcome to all the people commenting. If you're watching on YouTube, you should definitely comment. Let us know you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from. We want to actually interact with you guys, and let us know what's going on. There we go. Our YouTube Zoom link is up on YouTube. Join it, jump on.
That's it. Jesse's in there. What's up, Jesse? Yeah, young people, grab that Zoom link, jump in, bring your best banter, and let's have some conversations as we get ready to jump into tonight.
I'm excited. We should probably give out a small prize. It's just going to be probably like a clap or something for the first person to join us on our Zoom chat. That should get the ball. Here we go. We got someone. Someone's joining in already.
Oh, it's
my live
group. It's the little homie. Oh, bring him in.
He's still loading. Hopefully he's joined. We'll see. Can't wait.
This is good. Ash,
jump
good
on,
to see
join
you.
Us.
Casey, represent. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Chris.
Oh, thanks, Jesse.
It's true, Jesse. His hair is extra crispy tonight.
They jumped off and they've jumped back on. Here we go. We've got some more people jumping in with us. Welcome to the Epic Youth live stream.
Hey.
How are you? We got Alice, we got Jess, we've got Nathan, we've got Jesse Dutlow, the one and only.
Hey, chuck your videos on. Hey.
Yeah. Jump on, say hello.
Jocelyn.
Welcome to our live stream.
Hey, Jesse.
You guys excited? How you going, Nathan? You good? Hi, smiley face. We see you there.
Yeah, jump in. Jocelyn.
Yes. Jocelyn.
Jump in. Turn your mics on. Let's get some talking
going.
This
Nathan.
Is guys.
How do we join? There's a link in the YouTube comments. We can probably post it again in maybe, I don't know how long. But hey, we've got some exciting stuff to say, don't we, James?
We do.
We do, because the whole night is going to be pretty much run via Zoom, which is an awesome opportunity for us. But if you are a fan of basketball, I need to give you some warning right now because it's going to be amazing time to like show off your skills because you guys get to show us your best trick shot for a chance to win something amazing. So if you've got a basketball ring and a basketball, you need to get ready for that for later on.
Right. Even if you need to set yourself up outside.
Yeah. If you have a phone for your Zoom, like get onto it, get it going. How are you going, Nathan?
Good.
Jocelyn as well. Hey, Jocelyn, how are you?
Yeah, jump in, Jocelyn. I feel like Jocelyn just disappeared. What's been happening, Nathan?
Not much, to be honest. Just at home.
Yeah. What have you been doing? How are you feeling about term 3? How are you feeling about term 3 at home with school and stuff?
Good chat.
Yeah, thanks for that, Nathan.
Did he just disappear?
He just disappeared. It's all good.
It's all love.
Hey, Jesse, do you want to sing us a song? Have you watched Hamilton, Jesse?
Oh, dude, I've watched it once and listened to the soundtrack like a billion times.
I feel like I'm a theatre nerd all of a sudden because I watched Hamilton. I know that doesn't actually make me a theatre nerd or a massive fan, but yeah, it's amazing. I've been listening to it non-stop. I've been talking about it at work when I shouldn't be talking about it at work.
What's your favorite song from it?
In the Room. Is it called In the Room?
Oh, yeah. Wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens.
That's one of my favorite ones.
It happens. Oh, dude, I love it. Bert has all the best songs, the whole show. All of his songs are the best.
He has an amazing voice. Hey, Philip.
Hey, Philip.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Thanks for joining us, man. How are you going? You doing well?
Yeah, doing good. First week back at school, so.
Yeah? Was it hard, easy?
It was kind of weird, to be honest, because you're at school and everyone's at home, so it's like.
Yeah. Got the whole school to yourself, yeah? It's bizarre.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
that's good. That's good. Hey, are you excited for this term coming for you?
Yeah, it should be good. I feel like youth's playing like an even bigger role in just staying connected with God. Like,
awesome.
Definitely.
That's dope. I love to hear
So
that.
good. All right. Thanks for joining us, Philip. Thanks for joining us, Jesse and Nathan, who just joined us as well. But we've got a special video for you guys. And we want you guys to enjoy it. So why don't you guys check out this video right now?
All right. Peace.
Welcome. I didn't know you could fly.
How good is that video, though, right?
Yeah, a duck.
The best. The cows are so last season.
Where
Ducks
is the
are in.
cow? So ducks this term.
Yeah, we sold the cow to McDonald's because they needed
No more cows.
Anyway,
Cow is out.
Cows are gone. Ducks are in. Ducks are cool. Like everyone loves ducks.
But let's just talk about the flying. That was impressive. So you didn't even need a car. If you see a duck flying up and down High Street Road, it's most likely you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's say, you know what, everyone loves ducks. Ducks are the best. Look, you got Donald Duck, you got Daffy Duck,
Just keep naming them. That's it. I'm not contributing.
Scrooge McDuck. That's a thing. I don't know if that's.
And can you just quickly do us? How did you fly?
I need my wings. I don't have my wings.
He
so I
needs his
can't-
wings,
it's
or else,
really
or else you
awkward,
do
yeah.
it right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, I would do it. And then
But can you do that? You really got the legs up there.
Oh, you just gotta like work out your quads. Like I work them out every day when I walk with the Lord.
You've been
So-
building up to this though. You didn't just do it.
Oh, of
do
course.
that
No. This
tuck
is
jump
this
moment for
exactly
quite a while. For
every
this
day.
term, for such a time as this.
Exactly. This term of influencing in term 3. So good. But you know what? The fun doesn't stop there. It's now your turn to like, I don't know, be a duck. No, that's
we're not saying that.
That's a weird segue, isn't it? No, it's your turn. We are going to throw up some images coming to you guys right now. We have scanned through the archives of Epic Youth.
Going back 50 years.
50 years.
Yeah, before you and I.
Maybe before us, maybe, but not before Shelley. But there'll be like some old
They're there
pictures
now.
coming up right now of some like old school photos. And what we want you guys to do is it's going to be a bit of a meme challenge. You guys got to make a caption, meme these pictures, make a caption, type them into the chat down below in the YouTube comments.
And we're going to be reading out the best ones later on. So
The best.
There's no wrong meme here.
No, it could be like super wholesome, like everybody's welcome in Epic Youth because
But
that's
best
true.
caption for the picture that's on the screen, type it in the chat. We're going to read it out later.
Exactly. But remember, this is a Christian Minecraft server, so please keep it PG
Yeah,
rated.
no swearing.
No swearing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it'll be a little bit awkward. I don't know. Just
We won't be reading it out.
we won't be reading it out.
No.
Yeah, and it'll probably get deleted, and
Yeah.
be
awkward as well.
yeah, it'll be a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? That's for you guys to do right now. So with all these images, chuck in the best caption that you got. We're gonna make a meme of it. Maybe post it on our Instagram.
Maybe on the
best
socials.
mix. Boom, the social media. Get that clout. It is gonna be awesome. But right now, we have got an epic song for an epic crew from the Epic Youth.
So jump to that and we'll see you soon.
See you guys later.
Awesome. All right, we got a new one for you today. Why don't you have some fun at home? It's an awesome song. Probably my favorite praise song I've ever heard. But listen to the lyrics as well, they're really good. Why don't you stand up, jump around, have some fun with us. It goes like this. There's a song that stirs the spirit, and it calls the heart to life. It's an anthem in the making. Oh, can you feel it start to rise? Can you hear the generations getting louder over time? Every son and every daughter singing out into the night. Oh, it's not time to be silent. Don't you dare hide your light. Oh, there's a world outside your window, so don't let it pass you by. And lift your hands to the heavens, lift your voice to the sky, and praise the Lord of all creation. Let his name be lifted high. We're singing, oh, oh. From the palace to the streets, I can feel that drum beat pulsing, and it's calling you and me. I can hear the world awaken. Oh, the sound is heavenly. Every tribe and every nation singing Jesus, I believe. Oh, it's not time to be silent. Don't you dare hide your light. And there's a world outside your window, so don't let it pass you by. And lift your hands to the heavens, lift your voice to the sky. Praise the Lord of all creation. Let his name be lifted high. We sing, singing, oh, oh. Oh, time. See the strongholds break in the blink of an eye. Death and all I'll see nowhere inside. For the Lord, He is alive. See the lost return from the dead of the night. Every captive free, every chain left behind. Have you ever seen such a beautiful sight? All the world coming alive. See the world light up one heart at a time. See the strongholds break in the blink of an eye. Death and all I'll see nowhere inside. For the Lord, He is alive. See the lost return from the dead of the night. Every captive free, every chain left behind. Have you ever seen such a beautiful sight? All the world coming alive. Time we sing it out. And it's not time to be silent. Don't you dare hide your light. 'Cause there's a world outside your window. So don't let it pass you by. And lift your hands to the heavens. Lift your voice to the sky. And praise the Lord of all creation. Let His name be lifted high. Amen.
How good was that song?
So good. World outside your window.
World outside your
Man,
window.
That's inspiring.
When Jet plays guitar, I'm always inspired.
He's amazing. He's got a beautiful voice. Voice of an angel, some would say. I love it.
Well, term 3. Welcome to Epic Youth.
Epic. We are so excited to be
Yeah.
here. We hope you're excited. We're clearly excited. We are like matching.
We are.
It's cute. This
And there's a reason for this. We didn't
This
just...
wasn't even planned.
No. Well,
I mean,
it was planned because there was a reason.
yeah, it wasn't really planned. We kind of just did it.
No, I had.
Oh,
This was
there
mine
you
from
go.
home.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Awesome.
didn't give it to
But
me.
we have actually got some exciting things. As Melford said
Yeah.
at the start, you guys should jump on that Zoom link coming at you right now on your screens because we have got a couple basketball challenges.
Yeah.
And I think there's a prize.
There is a prize. So let's talk about the challenge. Melford already said it. You can win a prize. Super easy. Jump outside. If you have a basketball hoop, a ball, and Zoom, that's all you need to play tonight. So jump outside, turn your light on, get yourself prepared. The first challenge, there's 2 challenges tonight. The first one is best trick shot. Now, what's the trick shot?
It's a shot that's a bit tricky to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can
basically,
you do that spin thing? You told
I
him
don't know
why.
if I
He's not going to be able to do
let's
it.
see.
Look at that. This guy. What can't you do, Chris?
Play
But-
basketball.
So a trick shot might be, under the leg, throw behind the head, slam dunk, whatever it is.
Blindfolded air, Jordan.
Blindfolded.
Maybe
Just
not.
make
No,
sure
that's
we
probably
can
not safe.
see it. So log into the Zoom link that's come up on the screen in the chats. Get the lights on outside so we can see. And we're going to give a Rebel Sport voucher
So good.
to the best trick shot.
You can buy anything you want at Rebel.
Yeah.
Within the voucher limit.
Voucher of the limit
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
price
exactly.
in the
So you
voucher.
know what? Grab your parents, your siblings, your dogs, whatever you have at home. Get them to be your like steady cameraman. You get your GoPro out, whatever it is, because we want to see you guys on this Zoom link very shortly doing your best trick shots.
And this is Tribal Wars, so we're not at
Exactly.
camp this year,
Exactly. That's a bit sad.
but that is a bit sad. Should we talk about that?
I think so. It's been a bit of a rough couple of weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the latest news that has come out, we're all been rolled back. We're back into stage 3 restrictions, and we've leveled up again from stage 2. And like normally when you level up, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like this is probably not what we should be aiming for, but this is where we found ourselves. We're in stage 3 isolation restrictions, but you know what? As tough as that is, it's rough on us as well. We feel it. Like it's an empty space right now. We miss having everyone here. But as tough as it is, we can still connect every Friday night. We're still here. We're still family. We're still gathering together.
Yep. So keep logging on Friday night. Youth isn't stopping. It's online. We're still here.
It's getting better.
Yep. Live
Boom.
tonight, live groups next week, but still keep coming along each Friday night. And we're in this together.
Exactly.
We
good.
recognise this is a tough time for people. It's a tough time for us.
Yeah.
It's a tough time for everyone in Melbourne. But let's stay connected as a family, as an epic family, and we're going to get through this together.
Yeah, and if you guys want to stay connected even more with us, make sure you follow us on Instagram. We have got epicyouth.cl. Follow that. That is all of the Epic Youth. And then each of the sites have got one as well. I think it's epicyouth.
Their site. Whittlesea.
The site.
Casey,
Whittlesea. Casey. Manningham.
And so talking about
Knox.
sites, Tribal Wars.
Boom.
Knox. Tribal Wars, right? So
On
basketball
Zoom.
competition, is someone from Casey going to win it? Someone from Manningham?
Well,
Knox?
like I think the rule is
Whittlesea.
like if someone from Casey doesn't apply, then like all of Casey just loses, right? Because there's no one to represent. Like Melford can't play because he's the judge, and I think that's a bit biased. But this is Tribal Wars. You are not only playing for the trophy, but you're also playing for points, bragging rights, just the ability
And
to
the
dunk
Rebel
on
Sport
others.
voucher.
And
There's always
the
an
actual
incentive
prize. I
to be
forgot that
involved.
was the thing as well.
The actual prize.
Whoops. Awesome.
The actual incentive for joining in tonight.
Yeah, but also you may have seen on our Instagrams, we have got a bit of a post going up that you can tag and invite your friends, because this isn't just for us. Epic Youth, we are talking about influence this term. We want to influence the people around us, our friends, our neighbors, that random person you see across the street. We want to get them into our Epic Youth family, because everyone needs to know about the awesome stuff that happens here. Everyone needs to know about God.
And someone did this week, chucked up, there's a social media picture where you can tag your friends to join in on Epic on a Friday night, and we're going to give an Uber Eats voucher to a person right now.
Right now.
Not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Actually, right
and
now.
we know who that winner is. That winner is
Jenny Lee.
Congratulations, Jenny. From Knox in Year 7, you have won an Uber Eats voucher. We are getting that to you tonight.
It's actually in your inbox right there. I made it happen.
Oh, wow.
I actioned
you are,
that while you spoke.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are some technological
We don't waste
wizard.
time here, Chris.
That's crazy. That's so good. But make sure you guys are inviting your friends as well, because every single Epic live stream, we're going to be giving out Uber Eats
So
prizes
next week, be
and
posting
vouchers.
on socials. Invite every Friday night. Invite someone to join.
Exactly. Invite. The more people you invite, the more chances you have to win, because this is like the more names you put in. So if you have like, I think there's 5 spots that you can invite, right? So if you invite 50 people, that's 10 chances of winning.
Multiply your chances to win.
Done. But it can't be the same 50 people. Like you can't just invite, Ben 50 times. I don't think that.
But you're welcome to.
You're welcome to.
And maybe this is your first time here tonight.
Yes. Well.
And there's a
welcome.
number, and you, Chris, you know this number. It's going to appear on the screen. But give us the number.
The number is 0488 47773.
He's done this a few times.
Yeah,
You've said that number
it's kind of
before.
burned in my mind. I kind of just call it when I'm lonely and want someone to talk to. But yes, if you are new here joining us for the first time, we want to welcome you to our Epic family, and we want to get in contact with you. And maybe you got some questions. We'd love to answer them, get you connected to one of our live groups, which are really awesome as well. All you got to do is that number, 0488 47773. Text the word new. Epic. New. Epic.
Well, I was going to...
Either one.
My mind was distracted because I want to actually get you to say that number backwards. Would that be really messing you around? I just want to pick on Chris tonight.
3777 488 40. Boom.
What can't he do? So text the word epic to that number and we'll be in touch with you. We would love to connect.
I feel like we've definitely messed some people up. They're going to text the number backwards accidentally.
You've got no idea what number to text.
I think it's like Armenian or something. But hey, if you're new, make sure you text epic to that number. We are so excited to have you join us here today. But
Tribal Wars.
Let's get into it. Let's see
So we're
who
gonna
is
jump
on
onto the
our
Zoom
Zoom
link.
right now. Let's see all of our ballers getting ready. I hear there's a couple special guests who may be making their way into our Zoom. Let's have a look. Ooh, we've got a few people there. All right, guys, so make sure you go out, get your Zoom ready, and play your trick shot as best as you can, because we want to see them. There is some talent here, Ben.
There's actually a lot of people have joined in. There's too many actually.
There's actually so many people joining in right now that Zoom's just overloaded and no one else is able to get in.
It
It's
might
crazy.
crash actually if more people
this
join
is
in
actually
right now.
madness. Oh, we've got Nathan. I think is that Whittlesea?
Nathan from Whittlesea.
Nathan from Whittlesea.
This
He's
guy,
getting ready. Look
he
at him
comes
go.
in everywhere.
He's getting like the action shot of him in like midair. What are he gonna do?
I didn't even know that he owned a basketball hoop. So that's
This is
quite
so
impressive. And I've been
crazy.
to his house.
Make sure you
So I
guys
don't know where
join
he
in,
is.
get on Zoom, get your ball skills going, because remember, you want to win this prize at Rebel Sport. You can buy anything, because it's like, I actually don't know how much is on this voucher, but you could buy whatever this voucher
The whole
entails.
store.
The whole store.
It's an unlimited voucher.
If everything was on like massive clearance discount, 99.99%, you could buy everything.
You could.
It's insane.
I mean, are people buying from Rebel Sport right now?
I don't.
The discounts are probably there.
I reckon there would be.
No, I don't think you and I probably haven't bought from Rebel Sport recently.
This is the closest thing to a sporting apparatus I have, and
I've
it's not
walked
even real.
past Rebel Sport before.
Have you now?
I have.
That's quite a feat, Ben. I'm impressed.
As I walk straight to the ice cream shop.
Good on. Oh, Nathan's still got his tricks. He's going under the legs. I reckon you could do that, Ben. Under the legs?
I would.
Look at him go.
I wouldn't want to show off.
Oh,
This is Nathan's night tonight.
this is. Look at him go. He is absolutely smashing it. With so many people, clearly our Zoom link has been clogged with just the number of people that have
There is
joined us
too many to
tonight.
see. There
You
is
know
too
what?
many.
If you aren't able to get on Zoom right now, and
We
clearly
apologise if
there's
that's the
so
case.
many. I think there's like
Yeah.
2,000.
There's at least 2,000.
2,000
Actually, I
something
just
people
counted
joining us.
2001,
Amazing.
2002.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if you can't, what you guys can do is take a video of you doing your trick shot during the week, chuck it on Instagram, and tag us, epicyouth.cl, to go into the winning of a prize
Yeah,
as
we
well.
will count you in. If the video doesn't come tonight, we will still count you in if you
Boom.
send it later. So tag
Exactly.
Epic in your post.
Because right now, Nathan's in the lead
Nathan's
because he's
doing
the
it.
only one that we've been able to get through on our Zoom
Because
link.
there is too many
Because
on there.
everyone has
As
just been
we
clogged up.
established that there
It's
is too many.
madness. There's so much skill going on at Epic Youth.
My
It is
laptop's
so
about to
good.
crash right now.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah.
So many people are doing this. That is so cool. Well, Nathan, congrats to you. He's just chilling there. Is he using hand sanitizer? No, he's on his phone.
He's doing
I thought he was
multiple trick shots.
being very
Trick shot
safe right
after
now.
Trick shot.
Look at him go. He's just like,
He's actually earned about $4,000 now at Rebel Sport, I think, if we're doing a base
I
job.
think he literally could buy Rebel Sport
Individual
with the money that
trick
he's winning
shots.
right now. Awesome. Good job, Nathan. Good job to you, man.
Now, we're going to have another challenge. So Tribal Wars Round 2 is coming up later with a different
Ooh.
basketball challenge. So that was a trick shot. Next one's going to be different. So if you missed out right now, because the Zoom link was quite full,
Yeah, it's so
there's
many
going to be an
people.
opportunity later. Nathan, there's an opportunity later as
Ben,
well.
do you
So-
reckon, like, for the people who don't have basketball rings, right? Because maybe they come to, school or something to play. Do you reckon, like, a bin and, like, some paper counts?
Everything counts.
Everything
Nothing
counts.
is off the table.
You just got to
tonight.
throw something
No.
into something.
Yep.
Throw a ping pong ball into the toilet,
Get
maybe.
a sibling to put their arms out like that, and if you get the ball in between, it's a shot.
Done. Just don't hit them in the face, because
Oh, I think there's extra points if you hit them in.
All right, Ben said that, not me. But you know what? Right now, we have got
It's a
something.
sibling. That's just banter between siblings.
Yeah, of course, that's allowed, right? We're allowed to promote that. Anyway, so right now we have got a very awesome panel, I think, Ben.
We do.
Super
The
panel.
lineup is
Someone-
huge for this panel.
People on this panel, I heard one of them's a really good looking chap.
And might be in a basketball jersey.
Possibly.
Could be
Yes.
you.
I don't think it's me. I'm unaware if I'm on a panel, but you know what? We are going to be throwing to our panel right now because our panel is going to be awesome. So make sure you guys are tuning in because this is about to get going. Take it away, Raquel, as we have you doing panel stuff.
Whoa, what an intro. Thank you, Chris.
Boom. So
Do we
good.
call you Daffy these days, or what would you prefer?
Just Chris is fine.
Okay, just Chris.
Yeah.
No Daffy Duck.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, we are going to get ready for our panel today. We are kicking off our Term 3 launch with an incredible array of people from all sites of Epic Youth tonight. We're going to have a panel. But I wanted to start off by setting up what tonight is all about and what we're heading into for Term 3. Now, we as believers and followers of God, we are on a process of spiritual formation. And the goal of our spiritual formation is to be with Jesus, spending time with him, to become more like Jesus, transforming into his character, and to do what he did, being and following in the way of Jesus in our world. And so we want to become more like Jesus so that we can reach the world for him. So I want to ask you at home though, because this kind of like irks me a bit, but if you have ever experienced this, holler out in the chat. Maybe for you, you're like, oh, this frustrates me. When like maybe your parents say, Raquel, get off your phone, like please put your phone down, concentrate. But then 5 minutes later, you look to your left and you're like, now they're on their phone. Doesn't that just frustrate you? You're like, man, you guys are doing the exact same thing you told me not to do. Or maybe for you, like maybe you've seen some of your friends like support the Black Lives Matter movement on Instagram, post the photo, post the black image, but then turn around the next day at school and say a racist joke. And you're like, well, that doesn't quite line up. I know this stuff kind of frustrates me when I see people's beliefs not line up with their actions. And the Bible actually calls this something. They call this hypocrites. And so often I can see so easily when someone else is being hypocritical. But today I want us to channel that frustration and realize that actually ourselves, I'm the culprit. In fact, I often don't have an alignment of my inner beliefs and what I say and what my actions live out as well. And I'm just as guilty as the rest of us. And so today I want us to think about and ask the questions about, where am I not living out the character of God? I want to show us with a bit of an analogy here. Now, we all know that these were like the highlight of our lives in like grade 3? Were you still using these in grade 3, right before you got your pen license? I don't know. I probably was. But we know that in this, if you don't get the shape, this is a handful. This is only so much a woman can do with 2 hands. But you know that if you're trying to fit something in here, the only time it fits is when you get it in the right spot. A square doesn't fit with the circle. And so I'm gonna take you back to school here, right? I'm gonna school you with a big word, incongruence. Incongruence is when the shape doesn't fit, it doesn't match up. We know this word. You would have learned it from maths. Thanks, Mr. Decker from high school. I appreciate you teaching me this word. But essentially, incongruence is simply when something doesn't fit, when shapes don't fit. And in our behavior as well, we can have incongruent behavior where our outer lives and our outer beliefs do not align with our outer actions. And so for us, we as believers and followers of Jesus are trying to move from a position of incongruence in our actions to a position of integrity. Now, you would have heard the word integrity thrown around a bit. And integrity, you might have heard, is like living the same life on, being the same in front of someone as you are by yourself. And that is a part of integrity. But it's also about being wholly the same and undivided. It means that you are consistent all the way through, from the inside to the outside. And so today we are going to be challenging ourselves and asking ourselves, what part of my character is incongruent with the way of Jesus? And what part of me doesn't line up with the scripture? You know, scripture is actually a mirror for us to be able to see what parts of ourselves don't line up with Jesus and who he wants us to be. And we know that the stakes are high. We must be moving into integrity from incongruence, because our generation has such a low tolerance for hypocrites. I know I have a low tolerance for other people when they're hypocritical, but they also have it for us. And we want to be a generation of Christians who show that we have integrity when we are following Jesus, that our inner world and our inner beliefs line up with our outer actions. So right now, we're gonna get ready to throw to our Zoom panel. Are we ready for this? Let's go. Let's do this. Alrighty. How you going, guys? I can see you online.
Hey, Raquel.
Hey. Oh, what a good looking lineup. This is awesome. Now, I want you guys to start off, introduce yourselves, tell us who you are, where you're from.
Oh yeah, I'll go first. Okay, go ahead.
No, you can go. I'll go, I guess. So my name's Ashley. I'm from the Knox campus and I'm 17 years old. I go to PLC. Not a lot of you might know it, but it's an all-girls school. So yeah.
So good. I can see you got some sweet pictures in your background there, Ash.
Yeah, I'm a big BTS fan, in case you were wondering.
Shout us out in the comments if you're a BTS fan.
My name is Nancy. I'm 24 and I'm from the KC clan, and I'm one of the youth leaders there. And yeah, I'm also a BTS fan, so that's really fun.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, my name's Phil. I'm 17 years old. I'm in year 12 and I go to Manningham. So I'd like to give a shout out to all my Manningham family.
My name's Ben. We're doing ages, guys, so I'll do age. 29 years of age, and I'm at Whittlesea. Go Whittlesea. Go Nathan. Mate, just won. Well done.
So good. Love that you shared your age with us. That's awesome. You're about to be dad number 2. Round 2 very soon, Ben. This is awesome.
Any day. Could be later tonight.
Moment. Well, my name is Raquel. I'm 26 and I'm at the Knox campus. So all sites are represented here. This is so cool. Now, I think it would be one way to talk about in this panel would be to go, what about us looks like Jesus? But you know what? That's not as fun. We want to talk about the bits as well that don't look like Jesus, and that we ourselves have noticed in this season, God's been challenging us and bringing to the surface the parts of us that are incongruent, and what he's doing to transform it in our lives. So jump in, guys. Tell us what God's been doing in this season.
Me personally, a lot of the things that have been coming out of like self-reflection and just spending so much time at home has been like comparison and jealousy, and how easily like that just is a mindset I can slip into. And over the past couple of years, like I haven't really thought very much about it. It hasn't been on like the highest list of like things that I thought were in the way of shaping my character to be more like Jesus. But recently, when you're at home and like you're on Instagram and you're kind of seeing everyone's isolation life and what they're doing, or friendships and who's hanging out with who or who's talking to who, can be very easy to slip into this mindset of being jealous or comparing yourself and feeling less of, and also prevented me from sometimes like celebrating with other people when they were achieving things that was good for them. And so I was really challenged on that. And God was like, you need to think about this and, you know, like be quicker to recognize it. And a way that I've been that's been helping me is like actually being real about it with God and actually going straight away and saying, Lord, like I am feeling jealous right now. I'm not going to diminish the fact that this is the emotion that I'm feeling. But I know that if I bring it to light and not just keep it in darkness, then there is so much grace there for me. So yeah, like recognizing that it exists and that it's something that it should be taken seriously as like sexual impurity or whatever else is there. It's something that does prevent you from following Jesus. So yeah, that's me.
Thanks, Nancy, for being raw and honest with us. Who else wants to jump in?
So for me, I would say that I've been really unmotivated lately, especially in this time of like going through a pandemic. It was super hard for me, especially with school, to get motivated to do things, and even with with God. In terms of like with God, I found it hard to connect with Him, because it was like there was no youth. I couldn't, really be there in real life to connect, and that's what I kind of thrive on. Like while online was doing great and like everything was really, I felt like the connection was definitely lacking, and it was just super hard for me. And like not going to church as well was another bummer, and like because I love going. But I think also I used to read the Bible like a lot with my friend, but we stopped recently. But I think God was telling me like that's the way to get back into it. Like that's the way to get motivated, because like you can listen to preaching and go to church online, but it will never be the same as like reading the Bible, because that's God's word and that's right there. And it's everywhere now. It's on the internet, it's on a book. So that's like the best way to connect with God. And so I've been reading like little bits every day, and it doesn't have to be heaps. It doesn't have to be every day, but I just think that the fact that reading the Bible is just such a way to connect and get you motivated and back into it. So yeah, that's me.
For me, I would say that like my shocking ability to procrastinate is something that is incongruent with Jesus's character. Like I've had this mentality to use like all the time at home to work on my family relationships, physical health, and get on my study grind, like things I would consider essential being in year 12. However, like I often give into the temptation of social media and get like really worried about the constant stream of news that we've been getting. So I don't end up making much ground in any of those areas I planned out to do. And also probably like God's highlighted my tendency to find something or someone to blame for why everything's going the way it is. Like, why am I year 12? And like, why is all this happening? And I think as a result, I've been really getting burnt out and getting kind of emotionally spent. So I really needed a restart. And I realized that it's like so easy to push your faith aside when you're not surrounded by youth. And you sort of get into this panicky, like tunnel vision state of mind where you can't help but just think about yourself. But I feel in the last couple of weeks, God's helped me to see like the bigger picture, that there are others out there doing it a lot tougher, and they're dealing with some real issues also. And God's walked with me and kept me in check and reminded me, like, if I'm going to get through this, like I really need Him. And so like I began to treat my spiritual life more as an essential service that it is and like should be. So yeah.
Love that. That's rad.
That's awesome. For me, I think during this season, it's been a struggle to trust God. Now, Rack, that's going to sound ridiculous, right? I mean, we're pastors. I've preached messages about trusting God. I've got some good ones up my sleeve about how we should trust God. But even we all live in this world, right? We all are living in Melbourne during a pandemic, and it's confusing, and you start to doubt. And so I think doubts for me have really, particularly in the last kind of maybe 3 or 4 weeks, have really kind of got into my mind about what's going on, and thinking that I can do things on my own ability. I think we can often think that it's on our own strengths, and for me, it's really, I need to remind myself that actually my trust is in God. I'm not facing these issues that are coming at me alone, but God's actually right by my side. God is by my side, and God is ahead of me. He's already, this pandemic, right? He's already at the end of it. Like he's all over it. But right in the middle of it, I think for me, it's just trying to do things on my own strength. And in every aspect, I'm a dad as well, I think, as well, and juggling all those kind of life issues that come with families and living, right? Paying bills and all that. And you think that, all your provision comes from yourself, but actually it all comes from God. And so at this time, I'm really reminding myself, trust God. God's here. God's in the moment, and he's ahead of the moment.
So good. Yep, I'm with you there, Ben. And I think God holds us in the tension, even when we are struggling. When you're a pastor, it doesn't stop your questions sometimes, and you got to hold them and bring them before God and let him deal with it and help us through it. Myself, I have found that in this time, my family have been doing so much for me. I live at home, which has been so lovely, but there's an element where at the end of the week, I find my patience is not as good, and I'm short with them. And I notice the less time I'm spending with God daily, it kind of correlates with my shortness or my frustration or my anger. And just realizing by the end of the week, when I'm tired, I'm more exhausted as well. I'm less likely to be a loving person. And so I'm like, myself, I've put into things like going to bed at a certain time, so I'm not being grumpy with my family the next day. So, those 4 a.m. Netflix binges, we think that it only affects me. I'll just get sleep the next day, but actually it affects our whole family when we do that the next day. So God's just been working on me in being less selfish in that. And yeah, well, we're gonna right now go to a bit of a moment of break. We're going to go back to a game, a Tribal Wars game, and we're going to come back to the panel. But you guys at home, if you've got questions you want us to answer on the panel, type them into the YouTube chat right now, and they might get answered on the other side. We'll see you soon.
Awesome. Well, thank you, amazing panel, for part 1. We are so excited for part 2. But right now, we are back with Tribal Wars with basketballs. We're gonna be having Tribal Wars right now. So get on that Zoom link coming up back on your screen. If you are ready, get your phones, get your laptops, whatever it is. If you wanna be like a Asian auntie with your iPad, do that as well. But get ready to get on that Zoom link, because we are gonna go part 2 of our basketball trick shots. Now this one is a lot easier for some of us, but it requires a lot more precision and skill. And this is gonna be a distance trick shot. How far could you get it into your net or your trash can or whatever it is? We had a few people saying that they're just going to throw apple cores into their bin in their room. You know what? You can do that as well. But 1, you need to do it on the Zoom link, and 2, you need to get the furthest distance you can. And it's going to be quite hard because we're only seeing from one angle. But get on that Zoom link right now and do as far as you can. You need to get it in to the hoop, to the goal, to the whatever that thing is, and make sure you get that in the furthest distance you can. And the winner will get another Rebels voucher. You've got 2. We're giving away 2. That is absolutely amazing. So we want to see you guys get on that Zoom link right now. Nathan is going again for it. Look at him go. He just wants to win all the prizes. Raquel, I think, are you also playing this? Okay, so Raquel's going to try to win the prize that we're giving out. I feel like that's a little bit biased, but it's all right. Melford, you will be the judge on who's going to have the longest distance. See, Nathan's just got the hoop out of screen now, so he's just going to throw the ball, and we're just going to believe and trust that it actually goes in. But if you guys want to play along, it can be whatever you have. If you've got a bin in your room, you can do that. Set it on one side of the hallway, go to another end, throw the ball in. But remember, you guys can also video this during the week, chuck it on your social media, on Instagram, tag us, epicyouth.cl, because we will also be checking those to see who wins. Did you get it in?
I got it in.
No, I didn't see it, so that didn't count.
I totally got it in.
If you saw that, you guys need to let me know in the comments, because I don't trust Raquel's basketball abilities.
You saw it.
Nah, see, it's a different shape of the hoop, of the ball, so it's not... Wow, if that went in, I'd be very impressed. All right, Raquel's just going to play along in the corner, try and
Just
do
me
the best
versus
thing she
Nathan.
can for the distance shot. We're going to see how far you can get.
Come on,
Nathan,
Paul.
how are you doing? I think Nathan, he's gone. Did that go in? It went in. Nathan again, all the way from his shed, all the way in. Man, he has got some impressive skills. Nathan, I think you can 1v1 Raquel in basketball one day. That should be the final challenge of our basketball night. 1v1 Raquel.
Nathan,
is
if I get
is
this
she going
one
over
in-
the back of the head?
If I get this one in, I win.
I don't
You
think
ready?
you'll make it.
Oh, I went in!
It totally did not. No, she did not make that. But congrats. It looks like Nathan has made the further shot. Remember, you guys, you have this week to film yourselves the longest distance you can. A free throw straight into the hoop, and we will give you a Rebels voucher for winning. Well, that is our Tribal Wars. Make sure that you guys send those to us, but we're going to be heading back to our panel with part 2. So if you got any questions, type them down in the comments and let us know, because Raquel is ready to answer anything and everything.
Any and every question.
Anything
That's
and
a big
everything.
call. Big
So
call.
back to you, Raquel, and your panel. Take it away.
Thank
you. Hey, are we ready, panel?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to start off by asking you guys, what is some of the ways that you're spending time with Jesus? We'll get a couple, 2 of you to answer this. How are you spending time with Jesus so that you can realign to his intentions and the way he wants us to live?
Sure. As I was saying, probably my priorities have been muddled during these times, thinking I can spend more time with my work and less with God. But school's definitely become a real source of anxiety for me, and I'm sort of worrying about the unknown. So when I get anxious, I spend time with God by bumping some worship bangers when I'm studying.
Yes.
I've recently found this sub niche of lo-fi Christian music. It really slaps when I'm studying when it gets a bit dry. But also if I'm feeling a bit more serious and need a bit more reassurance, I think prayer is a really good opportunity for me to spend some solid time with God, just pouring out my frustrations about life. Also interceding for others and just receiving that reassurance. I definitely think those are some key ways I've been spending time with God.
For me, I think that I relate a lot. I spend time with God when I journal. That's a really big space for me to really record everything that's been happening for me and what I'm feeling, whether that's a day-to-day or a week-to-week. But an important part of writing all your feelings honestly and as vulnerably as possible is going back and rereading, because it just reminds you that God is faithful through it all, whether you're reading that weekly or you're going back after months and you're seeing, oh, this is what I felt at that point, at that time, and God has been faithful through it and has seen me through it. And so I don't know, it's kind of encouraging to be if he can see me through that, then he's going to see me through this, and it just builds your trust in him more. So for me, I've journaled, and I encourage people who really do like journaling to be honest in the way you're writing things. So don't write, oh, what if somebody sees it? That shouldn't be one of the issues you should be feeling. You should just write it as you were complaining to God, or you were talking to him, or you want, I don't know. I think that it's just really therapeutic to do that, and then it also helps when you read back. So yeah, that's just another way.
So good. It's such a good way to trace the faithfulness of God through every season.
Yeah.
I love it. So good. One more. Paper, scissors, rock, Ben and Ash.
You go, Ashley. I'll get the next one.
Yeah, sure. Like Phil said, I really love listening to worship music, and I've gotten into lo-fi worship as well due to my friend. And it's super different, which I love. But I think any kind of worship really gets me. And I also really love journaling. I think it's such an important time. And especially when I'm reading a verse from the Bible, there's times where I'll really analyze it and I'll go deeper. And I'll use all my fancy English words, from school that I learned from, and, get really deep into it, because I think that's probably one of the core things. It's for you to be able to understand and for you to talk about how you felt when you read it, and to really just delve deeper than the surface. Because I think there's so many underlying themes and ideas and concepts that God has within his word, and they're so powerful. And once you really delve deeper and you go on the internet, just search up certain things and what this word means, it's it's such a like life-changing experience. So yeah, for me, that's definitely how I stay connected with God, and how I, you know, definitely do it. Like I'm doing it a lot more in this time. So yeah.
That's sick, Ash. Love that.
And Rap, can I add to that?
Yes, you may.
I think we've made prayer complicated sometimes, but prayer really is just talking to God. And so for me, I see every moment of life as an opportunity to pray. I don't always do it, but you know, when I brush my teeth, I can be praying for someone. Me and Sheree, my wife, ages ago, someone told us that you should pray for missionaries when you brush your teeth. And so I pray for our missionaries here at City Life when I brush. And then when you're driving in the car, often, you know, you can be listening to tunes, pumping out the tunes, as Philip said. You said it way cooler than I did. But you can actually have that down and just be praying. When I walk to get my coffee from the coffee shop, I say a quick prayer then. So I think we can actually include prayer into our life much easier. I think we've made it, you know, like it's out there. It's something that we can't achieve, but actually it's just a conversation with God that you can do at any point in the day.
Yeah, that's so good. And God's been talking to me about prayer as also a way of serving him as well. And so prayer can be your whole life. And one of the questions that came through is, how do you not be a hypocrite? And someone might want to answer that one. But essentially, we want to be like Jesus. And so not being a hypocrite means becoming more like him. And so for me, it meant praying. Like sometimes I'm like, oh man, prayer is so hard to just like set aside a certain time for. But I'm like, actually, I can serve my family and it be a prayer to God. Like I can cook them dinner and that become prayer because I'm serving them and I'm being like God in that situation. So that's another way to think about prayer. But kind of, if you want to answer the question, this is our last question about how do we not be a hypocrite in the world, but also we see in scripture that Jesus moves towards the outcast. He moves towards the person on the fringes. He moves towards not just his friends, but his enemies. And so I wonder for us, like if any of you guys in this situation in this season, how can we be God's love and embody Jesus' character by moving towards people in love in this season? Anyone want to add to that?
Yeah, so for me, just especially with talking to like non-Christians, that's it. That's all you have to talk about. I feel like it just like when I'm at school, because my school's, even though it's a Christian school, like non-Christians attend the school. And I have a couple of like non-Christians in my friend group. And if I'm just talking about Christianity with them, they're actually really interested. And it's really like, for as a Christian, it's really nice for me to see some like non-Christians be interested in like our religion, because it just means they want to know more. And like, I know that it can be scary to maybe invite like friends to church because you don't want them to judge you and stuff, but just talking about it is another way you can do it, because you're building a connection with them and then you're helping them understand more about God, and you could in a sense like lead them to God. Like how amazing would that be if all you just said at school was like, I'm a Christian, I go to church, and all of a sudden, you know, they started doing it. Like, I think it's just life-changing. And to know that, like, you led someone to go to church, you led someone to God, that'd be an amazing feeling. So you don't have to, you know, be so scared, because talking about Christianity, you know, should just be something that really comes naturally, because, you know, it is our everyday life. So I don't know, that's what I do. So yeah.
I love, Ash, that you are someone who is not just a person who brings people to church and invites people, but you are Jesus in your school. And so they might never walk into the church walls, they still get to encounter a bit of Jesus because he's in you. You're embodying him. That's what this is all about. It's about embodying Jesus and going into all these places that we are. Phil, how about for you? You were saying before to me about it.
Like I definitely think with me, I first like try to trust God to give me the confidence so that when the opportunity arises, like I'm ready. And I always look at it with the mentality to look at the little wins in like conversation with my friends at school or people I meet. So like I find when religion ever comes into the conversation, like I first try to rep Christianity and just say first what it means to me. And like, obviously you're met with like the classics, like, no way, you're Christian. And then my mates will be like, oh, what about like sex? But like, once you get past the surface level things, I think God enables us to act on like their curiosity of others and things that are different with our love. Like, and I find leading a life at school by doing just like the small things in God's name is like super key. Like being kind, patient with others, and going to school with like God just in the back of your mind. My mates, they start to put like 2 to 2 together and realize your actions, and that people, us like Christians, are genuine and more than like the institution and the people the media like depict us out to be. So yeah.
That's rad. I think as soon as we say that we're Christian, people are looking at our behavior even more. And so that's something for us to be mindful of, that's a part of our like moving from incongruence to integrity, is that our lives actually do line up with our actions, so that when they see Christian, they actually don't see the bad examples in the media or the churches they might have been hurt by in the past, but they see you as a different living example of what Jesus actually is in that space. So I think that is rad. We are all out of time. I can't, we could go like ask all these questions, but we are going to say goodbye to the panel. Thanks guys. You guys have been loved hearing your wisdom.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
See you guys. We're heading over to Epic Youth. Throwing back to you now.
See ya.
I've carried a burden for too long on my own.
Well done.
I wasn't created to bear it alone. And I hear your invitation to let it all go. Yeah, I see it now, I'm laying it down, and I know that I need it. I run to the Father, I fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart found a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. So I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Oh, oh, oh. You saw my condition, you had a plan from the start. Your son for redemption, the price of my heart. And I don't have a concept for that kind of love. I don't understand, I can't comprehend. All I know is I need it. I run to the Father, I fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart needs a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. And so I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Oh, oh, my heart has been in your sights long before my first breath, running into your arms is running to life from death. And I feel this rush deep in my chest. Your mercy is calling out, and just as I am, oh, you pull me in, and I know I need you now. I run to the Father, fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart needs a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. And so I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Lord, thank you that we get to worship you. Thank you that you're always with us. Pray that tonight that you would encounter us in a new way. No matter where we are, no matter why we're watching, that you would just encounter us tonight. And we love you, God. Amen. Awesome. Well, I'm going to quickly share tonight on the topic of why we worship, which might be a pretty different one for some of you. Some of you might feel like that's obvious. Some of you might be like, yeah, that's a good point. Why do we actually worship? But I want to start off with saying, when I say the word worship, what do you think of? Because I reckon for a lot of you, and it was definitely like this with me for a while, it's someone lifting their hands like this, a big room full of people singing songs. Maybe it's the 30 minutes on Friday nights at youth where we sing songs, or at church on the weekend. But I want to encourage you tonight that, and I want to challenge you as well, that worship isn't just a moment, and it's not just music. Worship is a lifestyle. It's the way we live. It's the outward expression of your devotion to God. And yeah, that's something I've been learning a lot recently. I used to love worship when I was younger. I still do. But probably mid-secondary, whenever, often I just get home, I just belt out some worship songs. Or if I was feeling sad, I just chuck a song on and put my phone next to my head and just lie in bed soaking it in. But when times started to get really sad, then I started to question, well, when all of this is happening around me and I feel stuck and times feel pretty crap, then why should I have to worship God? And I feel like a lot of people get to that point where times begin to be a lot harder, and we start to ask, well, why do I need to worship God now? If this is happening to me in this moment, I don't feel like I should worship God, but he's always worthy. In giving our lives to him, we give into what we were originally designed for, a lifestyle of worshiping him in everything we do. So I'll explain that a bit. I think so many of our generation feel just really lost, and they really struggle to find who they are. And we see so much depression and anxiety and self-hatred in our generation. And I believe a big reason for that is we're always looking around to other people to see and try and find who we are. Oh, that person has 3,000 followers on Instagram. How can I be like that? That person's drinking alcohol on a Friday night. How can I be like that? And we continue to look to all these earthly things to try and find who we are. And no wonder that we struggle to find who we are when we're always looking outward and never believing in ourselves and who God has made us to be. So I encourage you to stop living for these moments of, well, I find joy, even simple things like gaming, or I find joy in trying to be popular, or I find joy in all these earthly things. And they're not necessarily bad in themselves. But when we're focused on that, instead of focusing on God, then we will always start to lose who we are and why we're here. I love worship because it reminds us of what really matters, and it reminds us that we really matter as well. So I really encourage you, if you're living for moments, if you're living for, well, I feel crap, so I'm just going to quickly do something to feel good, I won't look to God. Turn that around, because if you only live for moments, you're never going to get anywhere. And if you never get anywhere, you're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel stuck and you're going to feel lost. But we always need to look to God. And a lifestyle of worship is always looking to him in everything we do. Praising him can be through worship. It can be through a lot of things, though, like dance, maybe you draw, anything, even your job, maybe you worship God through that. I was reading in John the other day, there's this verse that says, if the world hates you, and this is Jesus talking, by the way, if the world hates you, remember that it hated me first. The world would love you as one of its own if you belong to it, but you are no longer part of this world. I choose you to come out of the world so it hates you. It's a pretty intense verse, and that's not to say that everyone's always going to hate you, but I would challenge you tonight that not everyone will always love you. And we always look around, and we're always trying to find, how can I be loved by everyone? How can I be loved by this person, by this person? And the truth is, not everyone will love us, but if we're following Jesus' example, then we should always be loving others.
And I know that's hard sometimes when people annoy us or whatever else. But I would encourage you that if you struggle to love people that are annoying you, love them based on their potential and not based on their mistakes. Yeah. We're going to sing a few songs in a second, but I just want to quickly go over. I know I said at the start, worship isn't just a moment and it's not just worship. So you might be asking, well, why do we spend the 30 minutes at youth singing songs and worshiping God, or same at church? And that's a great question. It's good to ask questions as long as you have the right intention behind it. But I would say that in the Bible it says, where 2 or 3 are gathered, he is there. And I believe that when people are gathered together, that God shows up in a powerful way. We might not always see it, we might not always feel it, but that doesn't mean he isn't there. And he's never too far out of reach. So I would encourage you to be living your lifestyle of worship in everything you do, to be praising him in everything you do, but also in these moments where we come together and we worship God, to really press into that. And I know for a lot of us, we can get quite shy or worry, like, what's my friends doing beside me? Or maybe now it's, what will my family think of me if they see that at home? But I really encourage you that if that's your biggest worry, like, just don't worry about that, because there are so many better things in life if you choose to get past that. An easy one is lifting our hands, and that's just a sign of surrender, saying, I'm letting go of all of these things that I'm trying to find joy in, and I'm looking to you, God. Yeah, so I really encourage you with that tonight. Be really intentional with your lives. We only get one. Worship him in everything you do, and no one's perfect. We're always going to slip off, but always be trying to be a better and better person and follow the example of Jesus. Yeah, so we're going to spend some time worshiping. I encourage you, no matter where you are, right where you are, lift your hands, do something, dance, draw. Maybe you just want to sit there and pray with God. But if you're feeling broken down or stuck, or you feel like you're struggling to find who you are, we were designed to worship him. He created us, so he knows best. So I encourage you to press into worship tonight and for the rest of these lockdown weeks and forever, because that will always be the best way you can ever live, and that's how you'll find yourself here. So we're going to worship.
And
And I searched the world, but it couldn't feel me. And man's empty praise and treasures of fate are never enough. Then you came along and put me back together, and every desire is now satisfied. Giving love, we sing there's nothing. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing. Oh, nothing is better than you. And I'm not afraid to show you my weakness and my failures and flaws. Lord, you've seen them all, and you still call me friend. Because the God of the mountain, He is the God of the valley. And there's not a place your mercy and grace won't find me again. And Lord, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing. Nothing is better than you. There's nothing. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing, and nothing is better than you. Oh, I know it's believe in you, Jesus. You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. And you're the only one who can. You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. And you're the only one who can turn my grace. You turn grace into God. You turn bones into wine. You turn seas into highways. And you're the only one who can my grace. You turn grace into God. You turn bones into army. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can. Oh, it's I encourage you tonight, if you're feeling broken down, if you're feeling lost, sing these words: graves into gardens, bones into armies. If you feel dead inside, I pray that God will resurrect new dreams in you tonight, new life. Seas into highways, like just with the Israelites, where He parted the Red Sea. He can make a way for you tonight. So when we sing that, sing it with belief. There's power in it right now. Okay. You turn graves into God. You turn bones goals into armies. See, you turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can keep seeing great. And you turn crazy into God. You turn goals into wine. And you turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. You turn crazy into God. You turn goals into wine. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can. Amen.
Higher, God, we want to give you all the praise, Jesus. And so Lord, we surrender this whole week to you, God. In the coming days, after tonight finishes, God, we want to live lives that honor you. And Lord, I just thank you as well for the panel tonight, God. We want to be you in our world, God. Help us, help each person listening, God, to be Jesus in the worlds that they live in, God, to their friends, to their family, to the people in their worlds, God. So help us to really get that message into our heart, Lord, and to really run with it, God. And Lord, I just pray for everyone watching tonight. Everyone who's on a computer, on a phone, whatever it might be, God, I pray safety over them, Lord. I pray your peace over them, God, during this time particularly. I pray, God, that they will feel your presence more than ever, that they will feel your love more than ever, Lord, that they won't lose sleep over what's going on right now, Lord, that they won't get anxious about what's happening right now, God, but they'll feel that you are right with them, Lord, that you are with them in the moment, God, and you're ahead. You're at the end as well, Jesus. So I just thank you, God, and keep us safe, Jesus. In your name, amen. Amen, Epic Youth. Well, how good has tonight been? So much has happened. I hope you're still with us. We're going somewhere. The night's not over just yet. But before, I want to read us some cash. We have a cash moment coming up, but I want to read some captions that came through in the chats about that picture of Kim. So, media team, can you chuck that picture back up? I'm going to read the captions over it. You might not have the picture, but I'll read the captions. We had one come through. When you say your camera doesn't work on Zoom, but you're still in... Camera doesn't work on Zoom, but you're still in your PJs. Yep. Classic Kim. Another one, when you forget someone's name and they just smile at them instead of calling them a name. Classic Kim. Kimbo. One more, you won't find this funny. I find this funny. When you finally finish Life Tracks. You probably don't know what Life Tracks is. It's a course, but you're pretty pumped once you finish it. You're pretty excited. Classic Kim. All right, awesome job, Epic, with the captions. Now we're heading somewhere. We got one more bit to go. Now the cow's gone, right? The cow was last term. But we've got a cash duck, and we're gonna be calling up someone now, and the code word for tonight is integrity. Integrity. You need to answer the phone and say integrity, and you're going to get an Uber Eats voucher straight to your inbox.
What's the code word? Just one more time.
Integrity.
All right.
Uber Eats voucher right here.
We've got our cashed up duck winner. We're going to be giving them a call right now. So if that's you, make sure you get your phone right next to you, because we're going to be giving you a call, and you got to say the code word, which is
integrity.
And you could also possibly win a duck costume. No, I think it's Uber Eats, isn't it?
It's Uber Eats. Do you want to give away your duck costume?
Kind of covered in
I think
sweat
this is the only one we have.
It's a bit disgusting.
And should we just take a moment just to applaud you? What suit won't this guy get into? It was a cow last term.
Yeah.
Duck this one. I think for term 4, and we're open to suggestions. Feel free in the chats, really.
Vote.
I kid you not. What animal should Chris be next term?
Why does it have to be an animal? Why can't it be something cool like Optimus Prime or something? No, you know what? Let's just keep with the barnyard thing. What animal should we do next term in term 4?
I mean, term 3 we've just started, so obviously the duck is here to stay for a while.
But maybe we'll hand make our own costume in term 4.
Knit it together now. Yeah. We'll start it now for term 4.
That's my isolation project. Done. All right, we're going to be calling our winner now, so grab your phones. Make sure you're listening for the code word, which is...
Integrity.
Now you can't forget it because we've said it 50 times. So, going to give you a call. Is this you?
It's ringing. 2 rings. 3 rings. My counting's good. 4 rings. 5. Oh, I'm gonna get message bank soon. Just noticed that Chris is calling from an iPhone 11. He's obviously pretty proud about that and doing very well in his life. You're thriving.
I think we're not getting through.
No.
Welcome to the voicemail system.
Oh!
Voicemail. Who were we calling? It's not even.
We were calling Clarissa from Knox.
Knox as well.
Oh, it's all right. You know, we've
Clarissa, maybe another time.
Maybe another time, Clarissa. We've got our backup.
We've got a second caller.
Second
now,
one.
if the second caller doesn't pick up the
I
pot,
get the money.
Well,
no.
And I think, no, you got an iPhone 11. He doesn't need the Uber Eats voucher. He's thriving in his life.
Phone, hey?
But the pot does double next fortnight when we do this again. Instead of being a $25 Uber Eats voucher, it's 50.
That's a lot of Peking duck.
Yeah, that's a lot of KFC.
Ooh, okay, go for it. You want to go KFC after this? No, we can't because we're not allowed to go out of
Don't
it. All right,
invite me in front of the camera.
Let's go. All right, we are calling our second person. Make sure your phones are next to you. And you got to say the code word when you pick up, which is?
Integrity.
Integrity. Let's go. All right. We're calling. We're dialing.
Just funny how the iPhone 11 has 3 cameras back there.
Capture all my good sides.
Picture perfection.
Oh, this is going to be awkward.
4 rings right here. 5.
This is hurt.
It's looking like it's going to be 50 next fortnight.
Hi, the person you have called is not available. Please.
Mate.
That hurts.
Mate.
That hurts.
Look, we had plans for tonight, but next fortnight,
Next
$50.
fortnight, $50 is up for grabs. You could win Uber Eats straight to your house.
Yeah, and all you have to do is answer with the code word.
It's not that hard. So
No,
it's
it's
like a
an
lot easier to
easy
make.
Uber Eats voucher.
Yeah, and it takes what, 10 seconds? So that's like $300 an hour as a job.
Wow.
Answering phone calls with word. I don't think that's
Your
a job.
maths is incredible.
I'm yellow because I'm a duck. So, awesome. Well, that is it for us tonight.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys tune in next week because we have life groups. If you don't know where you're meeting, contact your life group leader. If you're not in a life group yet, let us know. Text the word EPIC to the number 04888 47773. We'll get you into a life group. Life groups are awesome.
Life groups are awesome. And don't forget, be inviting your friends to these Friday nights. Tonight was fun. We had giveaways. We had a really great panel. Had some good worship. This is a night that people want to be a part of.
Exactly.
So don't, hold back from your friends. Get them along. Get them part of these nights.
Exactly.
And we're going to be building on
There's
this.
a whole world outside your window.
Yeah.
So invite them all to EPIC.
Invite them all.
Look at that, how that tied back to the start of the
Nice.
Anyway, awesome.
You are the gift that keeps on giving.
I am. And you know what else keeps on giving? Epic Youth, because we're going to end tonight with one
more
last
song.
Wow, we did not practice that at all. One last
we
song.
practiced it, but at this point, it's all just ad-lib.
I think it's the dust costume just throwing
One
you
more
off.
song, one
last song. So we're going to throw away. We'll see you guys next week for life groups. Have a good week. Stay safe.
We'll
And
see you soon.
we love you guys.
Bye, Epic.
Bye.
Waking up knowing there's a reason. All my dreams come alive. Life is for living. With you, I made my decision. Lift me up from my eyes with wonder. Forever young in your love, 'cause freedom's untainted. Moment is wasted. I choose. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior I am found. This is living now. This is lead the way, God, you're right beside me. In your love, I'm complete. There's nothing like living with you. This life you created, I choose. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior I am found. This is living now.
See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior right now. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior right now. This is living now. This is living now. You take me higher than I've been before. It's your perfect love that sees me so. Got your freedom is an open door. You are everything I want and more.
All right, have a good week. We'll see you at life groups.